So, I was thinking I'm watching the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1. Now, I watched this movie plenty of times and I'm watching it again. I'm on 3817. Okay, so, oh wait, let me turn it down. Okay, so I got to thinking. I was like, um, sorry, I'm stretching my back. Okay, so, well, I was thinking about a whole lot of stuff, but just pertaining to this movie, um, so they're going to have a baby, Edward and Bella. Okay, they just got married. They're going to have a baby, a little girl. They're going to have a little girl, and everyone is so shocked that they were able to create a little girl, even just to create a child together, you know, with him being a vampire and Bella being a human. Like, no one probably ever even thought of that, they just assumed like they just can't have a child together, can't produce, a child together. Um, so, anyways, so of course, this movie, what the plot is about their daughter. So anyways, Bella ended up getting pregnant, of course, and by Edward. So everybody is shocked and like, what's going on? And it was like some complications, but um, Bella survived. Basically, the parents survived, and the little girl survived. So the little baby, she grows up fast. So I think this movie, she looked like she's probably oh, I gotta look at her face again. Because right now on the part, I can't really picture her face. I mean, her. I know she got red hair, but I can't like, you know, see her right now. But but anyway, she's like an older child, so she's not like an infant or a toddler. Okay, I know that much. So, anyways, um, as far as being faded in the universe and everything, far as that happening, like that little girl, I forgot her name in this movie. Again, is Breaking Dawn Part 1. I forgot their daughter name, but it was fated for her to be created, to be here, to be there. It was fated. And those are supposed to be her parents because with her being born, it connected, it showed like, I want to say miracles is coming to mind. It showed, um, yeah, the possibilities. Like nothing is is impossible, And so many people, vampires, they came from all over the world, all over the earth, all over the planet, the universe. They came from all over to witness, to see for themselves, to look at this little girl and like, she's here. I have to see this for myself. Like they came from all over for her, their daughter. So, with that being said, the little girl was going to be there regardless. Like this is based off of her. Like just say to this point on the when I'm getting at, it's based off of her. So everybody, the like people already knew. Like the how can I say this? like the further ups, the future, I guess, the past, like they knew that it's going to be somebody that will connect. They just knew, like, okay, somebody will come to connect everybody together. That's going to be a part of every single thing. It's like somebody is coming that's like reuniting everybody, reconnecting, having people like just think outside of the box, think outside of a book, think inside of yourselves. So, yeah, so people came from all over to see this little girl because they like, what? She has everything. She has a part of this, a part of that, a part of that person, a part of this, a part of that, part of this country, this thing, this that, whatever, a part of everything in her. So she connects us all to one another. Like people is like, what? Like what? So, but yeah, so they daughter is like, yes, someone that was like fated to come, because it's like somebody will have to come to connect everybody. So say like the future and the past, I'm getting the past too, already knew about her, the future and the past, but just that middle part, that demi, the middle, part, people, they still like, oh, that's impossible, oh no. Them two having a child, them two connecting, like somebody, a vampire and a human, like, no, like whatever other species that's here, like, no, no, no. No, they can be with each other, absolutely, but just that producing a child part, that's like, yeah, eh, that's highly unlikely, so that's the middle people, the people that's, where the middle at right now, that midway, that medium. They still like, yeah, the lid on the lid is off the box, but nobody is willing to jump out of that box thinking they're going to hit their head, but the lid is not even on, and people still inside of a box, you know. But so yeah, what was I? So people coming all over the box, the connection. Oh yeah, the middle. Okay, the demi, Demi. Okay, the middle. Okay, so the past and the future already knew that this little girl was coming. Like, say the future, say the past. The past, they just had a prophecy. The past, they had a prophecy of somebody is coming that will reunite everybody together in a universe. Like, this person will have everything inside of them. Like, this person will be everything, and everything will be this person, you know. So it will connect to everything that's breathing, that's here, every single thing that would bring everybody in union, you know? So the past had a prophecy of that. Like, somebody is coming. We don't know who, but somebody will connect us all, because say the past was going through some shit. Like, the past was like, I don't know, struggling with things, or like, just I'm thinking like the people in the past, like, and they was going through some tough times, and then so people was like, man, when is it going to get better? When is it, like, oh, why is it like this? This is like terrible. I see all this death. I see this. I see that. It's like unbalanced. So somebody or a couple of people was like, look, got a prophecy. Somebody gonna, this world would be a better place. I seen this world like so peaceful, so loving. This is the past now. The people in the past are saying this, and why they living in it, And then they like, and other people like, what? Are you sure? They was like, yeah, it's a prophecy that's going to be fulfilled, you know. So the past people like, man, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? Because this right now, how I'm struggling, how I see unjust stuff, this and that, like how we being treated unfairly, people treating us like animals, people doing tests on us. Like the past people was like, man, I hope whoever coming, I hope I'm here to see it, or I hope, this and that. So that's the past. So people in the past, some of them have the prophecy of the future, like somebody is coming. It was like, somebody's coming, you know. So that's what the past just know. They probably didn't know male or female, whatever. They just knew like somebody. Okay, cool. So fast forward to the future. So we in the middle now, but we skipping the middle right now. We going to the future. Okay. So the future now, that means they already knew. The future already know. Okay, it's going to be a little girl. It's going to be a girl. These are going to be her parents. Um, so everything is like fated to happen. So the future, everybody is, yeah, peaceful, simple, just, balanced, safe, friendly, like, oh my goodness, like organized, decency, and in order. Like the future is like so like prosperous, so like fun. So I mean, it's just like so safe, so fun, so just like, oh my goodness, like, yeah. Like, okay. Whew. That's, all right, let me try. All right, so the future is like, man, okay. So they looking back, the future is looking back in the middle, like, okay, well, we already know what's going to happen because we're here. So you know what I mean? So it's like it's already the future already knew what's to come. So they looking in the middle. The future is looking down or looking backwards or just somewhere. They just looking in the middle. Like, do y'all know? Like, like, do y'all know? I can't even like what? Okay, say the little girl. Do y'all know that the little girl that it's a girl? Like we know who she is. The future is like we know, and we know who y'all are. So that's what a lot of people in the middle now is like saying. Um, what is people saying? Like, I know who I am, and like we are protected, and oh my goodness, it was a word I was about to say. Oh my goodness, like you being washed over, like all of that. Yes, because it's the future. The future is the ones that are watching that because they know what's happening. So a lot of people been saying, yeah, you protected, you protected. Yes, because if you see yourself in the future, like your future self, like, oh my goodness, like how it's funny because I see it in the future and I'm like looking in the middle and I'm just oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Man, if y'all only knew. Oh my goodness, my cheeks is hurting. Whew. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me try. Ooh, my cheeks. Okay. Okay, because listen, listen. Okay, so the middle. Whew. Okay, so this is the middle. So the middle is like the truth, the girl is right here. And the future is looking at y'all like, y'all don't see her? Y'all don't see the parents? So the future, oh my goodness, that's what it is. So the future selves is coming back to y'all so y'all can be like, look, wake up. Like if you want to be like I'm you, like hey, if you want to be me or in the future, I'm coming back from the future to you to wake myself up to be like, listen, the little girl is here. Like, listen, the girl is here. The one who, oh my goodness, like, is everything. Yeah, it's everything. Like, yeah, is everything, and everything is her. So it was like getting back to the movie. I'm like, their daughter was already fated to be her, to be born. So everybody from all over came to see that. And this is in the middle. Everybody, they finally was like, what? The girl finally got her knowledge. And then people started coming over. I gotta see her. I gotta, what? What? It can happen? A human and a vampire? What? A this and a that? What? Him and her? What? So, and then going back further, so the little girl was already predestined. Like, it's her. Like, how she had to look, how, who her name is. Like, everything was already written. You know, we're in the middle. Everything was already written in the middle because the future already it's the future already done. So the future is knowing the middle, is looking back and I can't. Okay, but anyways, let me continue. Okay, so now it's like her parents, because the little girl has to be this certain kind of way, you know. So now her parents, okay, who her parents is, the future already know all of this. So the future is protecting what's happening now in the middle. In the future seems like it's just trying to bring more people back to the future instead of being stuck in the middle, or like, hey, let everything blend in. Like, it'll be one good, well, it'll still be, oh, it'll be a, hmm. Nah, it's going to be the future. Because I'm like, even in the future, it'll be like, it's still in the middle. Because regardless, it's still going to be in the middle. Like, it's just going to be different levels in the middle. Ooh, that's what it is. Because I'm like, it's still going to have to be a beginning, middle, and the future. Well, the past, the present, now, and the future. regardless of where you at, regardless of what era, you know, like now, like say we in the middle now, and then when I'm talking about the future where things is so like fun, chill, organized, safe, like when I see that level, then once we get there, that's not going to be the future anymore. That's going to be the middle, the now, the present. And then what's going on now, that's in the middle currently now, middle will be the past. So we're going to be looking back, man, I remember the past. So the past will be now. Okay, hopefully I didn't confuse people or confuse myself, but yeah. So, what was I about to say? So yeah, so it's like I was about to say about the parents. So the girl is faded. The daughter is faded. Okay, she's here. This middle, she's here. So now her parents will have to be picked out. Her parents were specially selected for her to be who she is. So her mom and dad, when they was born, they was already for the little girl. They was already her parents. So when the mother came out of, you know, the womb, when the daddy came out of the womb, they was already parents. Okay? Because the little girl was already born in the future. Like she was already going to be born from y'all. So, okay. So yeah, so the past. Yeah, okay. So her parents was already who her parents is. You know, so it was like her parents was already going to be protected. They've been protected since before coming out of the womb. It was like, you know how they say you pick your parents. So the little girl was like, okay, I want my parents to be him and her. I want my parents to be him and her. Okay, great. So they come out of the womb. Her parents come out the womb. They already was parents to her. So that means about their whole life, they was already protected because it was already fated for the little girl to be born. So whatever situations that they encounter, they can be born across the whole United States apart from each other or born in the same state. Her parents, you know, the parents. But they know that time and a place, divine timing, they're going to come together and have a daughter. So the movie, Breaking Dawn Part 1, yeah, I was just thinking when like the scene when they was getting married, and I was like, knowing that they're going to have a daughter, you know, I was just like, wow, like she was already chosen for him before she was even born. You know, like she was already like picked. The universe had already picked her and him, he had his, I mean, he is a vampire, so I think he said he was like 100 and something years old or something. I don't know, something like that. So I'm like, he done had his shares, but it took a human girl to actually, like, was the one who was, who, how can I say this? I think it's who was meant for her, who was made. It's so cheesy. They made for each other. Ugh. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. You could say that. But destined for each other. I guess, like that little girl, she was like, she probably, oh, she was probably from the past. It was like, you know what? When I come back, I'm gonna change all this. Yeah, because maybe it was a time where, like, I'm going all off. I'm just thinking now, where the little girl, she seen the division. She seen the chaos, the destruction, people fighting against one another. The same kind of the people, the same kind of species, the same kind of animal just fighting to survive. And it's like, why can't we just survive with one another for free and be happy? Like, just chill, have fun. Hey, this group, what do y'all like to do for fun? Okay, here you go. Hey, this group, what do you like to do for fun? Okay, here you go. You want to do this? You want to do that? Hey, just, hey, like, what's that school? The Montessori school. It's like you learning, but still you learning at your own pace, and you having fun while you doing it, and you safe. Safe is the main factor, like safe and safety. So it's like, what am I talking about? School, Montessori school, having fun. Um, hey, what do you like to do for fun? Yeah, okay. What was I talking about before that? I don't know, Montessori school, about the daughter, who daughter? Okay, so, um, oh, okay, let me just look. I'm looking at the TV, the wolf chasing. The, it's found out Bella is pregnant. So the wolves meeting up at a pack, having they wolf pack meeting. They're like, yeah, he about to change her. Well, he broke the treaty. The wolves going all talk. Oh yeah, that's what I was getting at. The wolves and the vampires. Okay, well, and other species and stuff. So say, and then I can even just keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it simple. Say the wolves and the vampires. They've been fighting against each other for the longest time. I'm like I said, I'm keeping it simple. It could be any kind of people fighting against each other or animal. Let's say the vampires and the wolves be like at it, just, oh, you a vampire, I gotta offer you. You a wolf, I gotta offer you. Just fighting, the men, the women, opposites fighting. Okay, so say this person who was not a wolf or vampire, neither one, they was just a whole nother animal, a whole nother, they was a turtle, and then they came past and they, you know and then the woods wasn't against the turtle, and the vampires wasn't against the turtle, or this person. So this person, made friends with both the wolf and the vampire. And then this person is like, what? Why y'all don't like each other? And then, they're like, because the vampires is, the wolves is like, because the vampires this, and they did this, and they did that. And the wolves like, well, no, we ain't do that. The vampires did this, and da. So it's like, and then the turtle, or this person, it's like, what the heck? Like, okay, can we work this out? Because I'm friends with both of y'all. And if you telling me I can't be friends with you if I'm friends with the wolves, you telling me I can't be friends with the wolves if I'm friends with the vampire, or you telling me I can't be I can't be associated with with the boys because the girl said no, and I'm like a boy and a girl. I don't know. It's like I can't pick a side. I can't like say no because I'm rocking with every single thing. Like I'm connected to every single thing. So I can't like okay, I can't rock with you. It's like no, I'll be just owning myself. I'm like connected to everything. So and I'm friends with everything. So I'm like I can't cut off the vampires. I'm not a vampire. I can't cut you off. I can't cut off the werewolf because I'm not a werewolf. And I'm just saying, like, say this is in the past. Like something like this happened. So somebody in the middle that's not a vampire and that's not a werewolf, Bella. So say, and she's friends with both groups. So say in the past she's seen it happen and she's just seen the fighting, the this and that, that. So she is like, you know what? When I come back, because far as I don't know, death go, I don't know. When I come back, well, I'm gonna do some such and such or whatever, and I'm gonna make sure that y'all are friends. Like my goal is to have y'all friends. So the vampires and wolves like I would never be his friend. No, no, no. And Bella or the girl, whoever, was like, y'all gonna be friends because one way or the other, y'all hurting me and y'all gonna be friends. So then say, I don't know, something happened, boom, boom, bam. Or she prophesies like somebody is going to come and have y'all be friends, and they're like, no, never be friends. It was like, yeah, y'all going to be working together. So then fast forward, that's where, oh, yeah, that's the past. So that's where the girl comes in like, okay, I'm here to make y'all friends, but not saying it like that, like the little girl. No, like that's her purpose. Like I'm here to make y'all friends. She was just born, and it was just like automatic. Like y'all are friends in a sense because now when I'm born, I got both of y'all in me. Now I'm just speaking of like the vampire and the wolves. I know I'll probably keep going back and forth. But in the movie with the little girl, so it's like, or humans, or, whatever. And it's like, so little girl is born mixed with like everything, the vampires and the wolves. And the thing is, for her to come a vampire, well, I'm talking about, you know, I'm about to say I said she's mixed with everything vampire. Well, she might gonna be mixed there because Jacob, he it was that imprinted on a girl, so that's kind of like saying, hey, them two gonna be hooking up, and who knows, a vampire and a werewolf, and then the little girl is like vampire human, you know. So if Jacob and of course when she's older, but if them two may it'll be a um a wolf with a vampire and human, but yeah, but anyways, how long I been up on here? 34 minutes. All right. Um, yeah. To sum it all up, what I was about to say, to sum it up, because I'll probably come back on here in a few minutes. Um, Yeah, anything is possible. So it's like the little girl was already predestined, already like settled up. Like everybody already knew about her in the future and in the past because the past prophesies that a little girl was going to be the person who connects everything together. Okay, so the future knows this. So now the people that's in the middle, Demi, the middle ground, is like, hey, wake up, the little girl is here. Um, you know, And then the people in the future, they know of the little girl, so they like, "Ooh, I want to witness this. I want to be a part of seeing how we all came about, you know." So I need to witness this myself, the people in the future. Like, let me see this little girl before we became who we are, like peeking in the middle or whatever. And yeah, and the little girl parents was already selected, chosen, was already predestined to be her parents. So when the parents was born, like I said, they was already parents and they was already protected because the path that they was going on, they had to meet up, they had to cross paths, they had to be with each other, so physically to have a baby, they had to do all that. So it was like how the universe was working or how the future was working to keep that in place, to keep them the cross paths or whatever. Like it happened because it had to happen. It so when people was like, "Oh, you know how much protected you is," like, it's like, yeah, the future is protecting you because they know that this little girl has to be born. The little girl is here. So, yeah. So, that's it. And you can take it back to the parents of the parents. But, well, yeah, so it's like, wow. To know that, and I like the parts of the movie, even when, like, the different vampires, again, this is Breaking Dawn Part 2. Let me make sure, because I know I've been saying that a couple of times. This is the Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn Part 1. My bad, Part 1. And I'm on 11456. But, but yeah, see, like, even like I said, the trials like this right here, like they didn't know what to expect. This is the first thing for all of them. Like a human pregnant with a vampire baby, they're like, that's freaking impossible. And Bella looking sickly, and they just like, and and Edward, her husband, is like, well, if this baby is going to offer you a possibility of you not being here with me, like, I don't want the baby because I don't know how to raise this and what's the outcome, how the baby going to look, what the baby going to do. Like, what? And she's like, no, we got to save the baby. Like, I, it'll be a part of me still here. And he's like, no, I'd rather have you, not this thing. We don't know what this thing. So, and she's going through it. Like I said, that man, her belly grew fast too. But again, everybody survived, and because the child had to be born, it was just like, hey, you strong enough to do this. You've been chosen. Okay, I'm watching the daggone thing. But yeah, so it's like, you strong enough to bring this child, this beautiful blessing baby girl, this beautiful daughter into the world. Like, you, like, the whole union is protected. The whole union is protected. Like, before you even knew you, you was protected. Like, you always want to be protected because she's everything. So, I think that's probably all I'm about to say for now. Oh yeah, the part that I was saying, I like how the part in the movie where all like the vampires from like the Amazon, from Canadian, about like Canada, from Russia, from just all over. The vampires came to see this little girl. They like, what, a human just had a vampire baby. I mean, just made it with a vampire and had a baby. Like, what? So I like how everybody, like the vampires, how they show like how different vampires look and how they still connect to one another from all over, and they all came or like a couple of people from each tribe or different areas, not like 20 people from the Amazon tribe came. No, it was like two or three people came, to witness, to see for their own eyes and to take it back to their tribe and be like, yep, yep, it is true. We seen her for ourselves. Like, she's here. She is here. Like, what? So yeah, so it's like a lot of people just want confirmations and to see it for themselves and to just see the middle. Like, I don't, oh my goodness, there are people from all over everywhere came to witness this time, this now. The little girl, the girl is here. Alright. Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Alright, that's about it. Alright.